as the essential of all human effort right now, human focus right now.
A very good topic coming from you, sir.
Exactly.
Sir, अब हम थर्ड पे चलते हैं. हमने पहले दो को डिस्कस कर लिया. थर्ड कोविड-19 एज एक्सपेक्टेड के कोविड से रिलेटेड जो है क्वेश्चन कोई ना कोई एग्जामिनर पूछेगा. उसने पाकिस्तानी रिसर्चर्स की बात कर ली.
Exactly. COVID-19, I had been saying it quite often. मेरा नहीं था ख्याल कि we would see this term exactly. I was thinking that क्योंकि इनक्रिप्ट करना होता है ना इसको, जैसे हम देख रहे हैं ब्यूरोक्रेसी डोलड्रम्स या मीनिंग पर्पज ऑफ एजुकेशन, तो एनक्रिप्ट किया जाता है टॉपिक को, कोड किया जाता है. सो आई वाज थिंकिंग कि कोविड-19 आएगा बेसिकली डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट की टर्म्स में. बेसिकली उस हमने उस तरीके से तैयारी करवाई हुई थी. दिस वाज एन अनएक्सपेक्टेड टॉपिक फॉर मी, but students attempted it very well because the scope of the topic includes the situation of research in Pakistan, because research as such in Pakistan is not research. Modern terms में अगर इसको देखा जाए तो, और अगर इसकी बेहतरीन जो proof है वो ये है कि अगर universities wise देखा जाए तो we have hardly 2 universities among the top 500 universities in Pakistan, and that shows the sorry state of research in Pakistan. COVID-19 is just one focal point of research. That is.
सर हमने इस पे फोकस, अब ये थोड़ा आपने कहा अनएक्सपेक्टेड था, तो अगर जिनने इसे अटेम्प्ट किया तो इस पे फोकस पाकिस्तानी रिसर्च से रिलेटेड करना था या वेक अप कॉल एज इन किस तरह, ये थोड़ा
वेक अप कॉल फॉर रिसर्च स्पेशली नंबर 1, एंड नंबर 2 द लार्ज नंबर ऑफ institutions and researchers who are associated with the biomedical research.
Biomedical.
Yeah, exactly. That was the point, that despite all the focus and money, nowhere near in researching for the COVID-19 vaccine. Vaccine was a part of it, not the whole of it.
Sir, एक और question, a quick question. एजुकेशन में भी तो देख सकते हैं, क्योंकि एजुकेशन
के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बेसिक
चेंज हुआ है, उसके अंदर रिसर्च का अब हम किस तरह इसको इनकलकेट करेंगे दोबारा से, क्या हम इन
I had given a topic in the December mocks that pull of the past and the fear of the future is the real test of nations. This is very much coded.
Similar tha.
Very much coded on the same thing. Human inventions. It's an argumentative topic. You can go with it or against it, whether it pushes backward or it moves it forward. And a very good inculcation of the technology also. About the information technology and its effect on societies. Quite a broad topic.
बिल्कुल. सर इसमें ह्यूमन इन्वेंशंस की बात किया तो मोस्टली हम आगे से देख लेंगे जो वर्ल्ड ऑर्डर चेंज हुआ है, हमने इसे बहुत डिफरेंट डायमेंशन से भी देखना है कि वर्ल्ड ऑर्डर कोविड के बाद चेंज हो गया, तो हम वो चीज़ भी इसमें ऐड कर सकते हैं.
That would be I think not relevant. That wouldn't be relevant because we are talking of human inventions, and we will have to limit the discussion to inventions basically.
ठीक है. Universal human equality is utopic. तो ये इसको क्योंकि universal इसका scope है, थोड़ा इसके ऊपर सर human equality, Black Lives Matters वाला जो हुआ था, वो चीजें इसमें इनकलकेट करेंगे.
This is quite a broad topic actually. Again, agree with it or disagree that it's not utopic, it is very much achievable.
ठीक है.
And if it was utopic, purely utopic, then human civilization, human society must not have tried it at all. Must not have tried to achieve equality at all. All the efforts that we see in the past and in the present also to achieve equality, this topic says that these are just imaginary. They can exist only in an imaginary land, not utopic. Whereas we believe that the human equality is possible.
ठीक है.
All religions, all isms aim at that.
ठीक है.
And there have been number of revolutions in
the past.
history,
ठीक है.
which
And human equality we can add that women equality in it. ये भी हम डालेंगे या इसको overall human
this is
equality?
basically human equality. This
ठीक
is
है.
more of a human rights issue
ठीक है.
rather
human
than the
rights.
gender issue.
ठीक
For
है.
the gender you are on topic number 7.
ठीक
This
है.
was more of a human rights
ठीक
issue.
है. Because mostly लोगों ने इसको कंफ्यूज किया होगा कि अब इसमें women का एलिमेंट डालना है.
Equality की वजह से वो
Exactly.
ये प्रॉब्लम है ना कि
जी.
they go for the keywords, which is again a mistake by itself.
Take the tip from sir because he is telling you the basic. ये बहुत important चीजें हैं जो आपने essay में नोट करनी है to understand the scope. Sir,
And I would like to add that we examiners like to play with this.
so
Yeah.
be careful while attempting some essay. Sir, bureaucracy, doldrums.
Bureaucracy doldrums, exactly 100% my topic.
बिल्कुल.
I
ये
had
मैं
this
इसीलिए-
international monetary organizations. The role of our topic was the role of international monetary organizations in restructuring Pakistan's governance.
Exactly. Mock में भी I think.
Exactly,
इसी-
mocks. It was December mocks, January mocks.
January के
written
mocks
there.
में आया था.
So it was restructuring governance, all the changes occurring, the reforms, all these policies of further reforms and all these things. Where are they coming from?
CSS से
CSS related. Where are they coming from? They're coming from because the international monetary organizations are twisting our arms.
Yes.
And we are ultimately forced to do something. The interesting twist in this topic was that who is supposed to implement these changes? Bureaucracy. And on whom the changes will be implemented?
Public.
Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. Again, the restructuring is going to take place on the governance, on bureaucracy. And the bureaucracy is supposed to implement all these changes. So this brings in this very interesting word, doldrums. So we have a lot of ups and downs, we have a stalemate sort of a situation.
Yes.
There was a lot of room for
writing on this topic.
Yes, exactly,
sir.
there was.
अच्छा sir, 7th topic, gender equality, a popular slogan. सर ये वैसे टॉपिक बहुत ज़्यादा रिपीटेड भी है क्योंकि जेंडर इक्वालिटी के ऊपर काफ़ी पहले एसेज आ गए, तो इस दफ़ा इसको किस डायमेंशन से अटेम्प्ट करना था रीसेंट जो हमारी डेवलपमेंट हुई?
I think it was more of a sarcastic tone, a popular slogan, that it is popular, however, gender equality is not exactly aimed at
ठीक है.
as much as it should have been.
It should be.
It should be, but
ठीक है.
not. It's not the not everybody is talking about equality. For example, women's equality, men's equality, gender equality, all these things. However, where is it being achieved? It's more of a slogan now, so far, than any concrete steps or I would say concrete results achieved based on that. That is why still it remains in that domain of the slogan.
Sarcastic
Very.
word you used.
Popular.
Popular.
For the
मूड
word
में
popular.
बहुत ज़्यादा वो हुआ कि मैं this is very good topic. Pros and cons of globalization. Easy topic, but
Yeah.
इसमें भी कोई trick है sir? Yeah, it's just a simple.
Pros and cons was there is a trick in that.
Okay.
Majority of the people have taken it as advantages and disadvantages of globalization.
बिल्कुल.
The popular topic which they have seen,
Yes.
essays they have seen everywhere. Pros and cons are not exactly advantages and disadvantages. Advantages and disadvantages means the past and how it has happened.
ठीक है.
Whereas the pros and cons is aimed at future also. The problem with most of our, which I keep on saying, that CSS papers are always future oriented.
बिल्कुल.
Whereas
बिल्कुल.
our students keep on talking about
About
the
past.
past mostly, what globalization has achieved so far,
जी.
what effects, negative effects it has had so far. Whereas pros and cons
Are more
are
futures.
talking about the prospective also,
Yes,
prospects also.
Prospects. And see, this is a tip. That's why ये paper discussion करना इसलिए important था. You see, it's very simple topic, but जो उसके अंदर trick है, जो mindset examiner चाहता है, that's what we have been learned from sir, और वो आपके लिए भी इसीलिए किया गया कि आप लोग ये learn करें. छोटी छोटी चीज़ें जो है ना उसके scope को change कर देती है. 9th जो हमारा topic है, intercultural communication is panacea to avoid third world war.
Exactly. We gave a topic in the earlier, I think it was November.
अक्टूबर में ये टॉपिक था.
Yeah,
अक्टूबर.
that how far is into global interfaith harmony possible?
बिल्कुल.
And that is exactly how far is the global interfaith harmony possible. It was
जी.
very widely discussed among our students.
Yes.
And so they were very well prepared for this.
For this
And that's why a
topic.
lot of our students in NOA, they attempted, this question.
सर थर्ड वर्ल्ड वॉर के बारे में अगर किसी ने नहीं पढ़ा और वो ये टॉपिक को जस्ट ऑन द इंटर कल्चरल कम्युनिकेशन पे अटेम्प्ट कर रहा है, इज इट अ राइट अप्रोच? बिकॉज थर्ड वर्ल्ड वॉर इटसेल्फ, इसके बारे में बहुत रिसर्च हो रही है, बहुत अभी डिबेट हो रही है दुनिया में, सो व्हाट अबाउट दैट?
I think the word harmony itself, what we asked was, how far is interfaith harmony, global interfaith harmony possible?
जी.
Now, if it is not possible, this means that it is the world is moving towards conflict.
Conflict.
And if it is global conflict, then it's synonymous with the Third World War.
ठीक, सही.
Clash of civilizations.
Clash of
and
civilization.
The 20th century, the 21st century, its first 2 decades have actually seen the development of the clash of civilizations.
Clash.
So what the world is moving towards is actually the Third World War if intercultural communication is not achieved.
ठीक है. सर जो थर्ड लास्ट जो टॉपिक है, आई फॉल अपॉन द थ्रोन्स ऑफ लाइफ एंड देन आई ब्लीड. सो ये आई थिंक किसी
This is abstract. This is from Shelley's poem.
Shelley's poem.
I fall upon the thorns of life. I bleed.
I bleed.
Quite well in this.
अच्छा.
Because they were properly prepared for this.
Abstract, sir, you always
it.
focus कि
Yeah.
आप लोग abstract topic को भी prepare करके जाएं. Why? Because it broaden your scope और वो आपको एक dimension देता है सोचने के लिए. So, sir, helped us to practice this topic as well. So, this is all about.
I'm sorry. I would like to say a few things about
बिल्कुल, sir.
two things about this paper. We have discussed the topics. Okay. About 1/3 of the people who appeared this year, they have attempted pros and cons of globalization. There is a vast majority of people who have done this paper. This is the most often attempted topic right now. And other than this is number 7, gender equality, a proper slogan. Most of the people have attempted this. I'm afraid that they are going to I expect a repetition of the 2020 result, CSS essay result. Please don't lose heart. I don't mean any negative things, but let's take things with a pinch of salt. Let's be realistic that most of the people who attempted globalization were too bookish. They were doing it from the point of view of IR
Yes.
or sociology. And again, the same problem that students became too bookish about that, and they are mostly writing topics, arguments or points which they have taken problems with the references in these 2 essays. Again, in gender equality, people were putting a lot of material which they had studied in gender studies.
Yes.
And once again, I would like to mention that in January mock exams, we gave a topic, cultural and religious identities are the primary source of conflict in the modern world,
Yes,
in the modern era. I was surprised when I saw that 40 to 50% of the students in NOA mocks had attempted that topic.
Why, sir?
And because it was directly related, 90% related to IR.
Oh.
And they had written this material directly into the essay.
Essay paper.
They were unable to develop the argument based on that.
ठीक है.
So that's why it's these 2 topics are going to give very much similar results. Like last year's promoting tourism in Pakistan, the challenges, and secondly the polarized politics, democracy in Pakistan, things like that.
So you have all the tips now to prepare for 2022 and still you have a questions, तो आप NOA के प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाके पूछ सकते हैं. एंड थैंक यू सर, आपने इतनी डिटेल्ड जो है इस पे डिस्कशन की एंड नाउ मैनी पीपल जो हमें देख रहे हैं उनको क्लैरिटी होगी कि पेपर एटलीस्ट अटेम्प्ट कैसे करना है.
थैंक यू.
और जो लोग अब नहीं जानते, सर ने ये सब टेक्निक्स जो अभी सर ने बताई हैं ये क्लास में प्रैक्टिस करवाई हैं. द बेस्ट थिंग इज़ कि हम लोगों ने वो लिख के चेक करवाया एंड देन वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इट थ्रू सर कि ये कैसे करना है. सो आई थिंक नोवा के स्टूडेंट्स ने काफ़ी और डायमेंशनल टॉपिक्स अटेम्प्ट किए एंड दे डोंट हैव अ प्रॉब्लम टू अटेम्प्ट दिस पेपर.
Yes, most of the NOA students were able to attempt all the 10 topics.
जी.
First thing which I learned, we received the messages
Yes.
that they were able to do all the 10. They had attempted abstract, argumentative, and expository. They had done all the 3 types of, and that's a very healthy thing to.
Thank you sir for this much
welcome.
discussion on this paper. अब हम प्रेसी के पेपर पे आते हैं क्योंकि एक ही दिन में ये दोनों पेपर होते हैं. तो अब प्रेसी के पेपर थोड़ा सा जो प्रेसी के पेपर अटेम्प्ट करके आए हैं और जो उसकी तैयारी कर रहे हैं उनके लिए थोड़ा सा शौक था क्योंकि प्रेसी का पेपर लास्ट 2020 में बहुत आसान आया था और उसके एक्सपेक्टेड दिस पेपर वाज बिट ट्रिकी, या इसको कह सकते हैं जिन्होंने तैयारी की है उनके लिए आसान था. तो सर इसको वोकैबुलरी इतनी डिफ़िकल्ट थी कि आई थिंक एग्जामिनर को खुद भी नहीं पता वो ये स्टूडेंट्स का स्कोप अभी इतना डिफाइंड नहीं है कि वो इतनी डिफ़िकल्ट वोकैबुलरी कर सकें. तो दे वर वेरी वरीड. तो इस पे आप क्या कहेंगे वोकैबुलरी?
What does it? Was it indicates something.
Sir,
I'm going to say a few things which will make me highly unpopular, and popularity is the last thing that I ever want actually, but I'm going to speak the truth. Why do people depend on vocabulary so much? This is, as an examiner, we have been asking people for a long time, and I had been warning students that you will be surprised someday, and that day has come. I have seen, Lareb, I would like to mention a few things here. I have seen certain bureaucrats, people in civil service, people they are not good at direct indirect. They have problems with these basic skills of English. But how did they pass? Just because of memorization, they got 15, 16, 17, 18 throughout the year, focused mainly on. So वो करते क्या हैं कि they get 15 marks, 18, 16 marks in the Pressy paper, in the from this one question. And the rest, what do you want? How much do you require? Hardly 25, 26, 27 marks, and that's what they get from the rest of the questions. So this is, I must say, this is a death knell for the people, for this policy of approaching or passing Pressy paper on the basis of vocabulary. This vocabulary, expect the same in 2022 also. Stop chasing the GRE list, which is, everybody knows that it is of no use. I will not go into the debate why FPSC gives this, because a lot of media right now is using this thing, that what is the use of this thing. Why didn't you ask this thing last year, 2020? Why didn't people ask the same thing, the uselessness of this vocabulary, in 2019, in 2018, when it was easy? At that time nobody asked what is the use of this, all this vocabulary. And now that you have not been able to attempt it, now everybody is criticizing it. My dear, the vocabulary has always been pointlessly included in the FPSC Pressy paper. We all know this. Just because you have been successful with that, nobody pointed it out. And now that it was not expected, now everybody is pointing out. I teach my students that your Pressy paper is basically of 80 marks. Talk to me about pair of words. Yes, they were unexpected. I have never aimed at the first 20 marks. FPSC is doing it. We will not go into the debate. Why do they give such things? Why don't they do it? That's a separate debate. Now let's come to the, as far as the Pressy is concerned.
Pressy
Do you want to?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm not gonna read whole Pressy because it will be.
I would like to mention a few things.
Yes.
First of all, this is the death of the old Pressy paper.
Achha.
Remember this.
ठीक है.
The approach of doing Pressy paper on the basis of vocabulary finished. And this is the trend-setting paper, this one. Another thing, who said that the Pressage is always going to be from the past
Papers.
from philosophy based on Ruskin, Huxley, Bertrand Russell, and all those things. Who said? Did FPSC point it out?
No.
Now, I had been preparing my students in NOA according to the modern English passages. Now, whenever one important thing, Lareb, here is that
Please, sir.
whatever Pressy papers that we are giving in the NOA mocks are always fresh.
Yes.
Totally fresh. I make a totally fresh Pressy paper.
बिल्कुल.
Fresh Pressy passage, fresh comprehension, fresh pair of words and everything.
Yes.
Now, our December and January mocks Pressy papers had similar passages in the present tense, in present perfect, very much from modern English. I sometimes take my passages from Harvard Business Review.
Okay.
Or from BBC Culture, Work Life, passages from there. And our students were very much able to do this. It is also the death of that Pressy, which when I mentioned that evening, many students got disappointed. Who said that Pressy always has to be done in the past tense?
ठीक है.
Wren and Martin, 1936 published book, 84 years old book, and we are still following that Pressy is always done in the past. Do this.
This is the
It's right there.
eye-opening moment
right.
for everybody जो इस वीडियो को देख रहा है, क्योंकि जो हमें सर ने जो बात की crammed knowledge जो मिलता है, जब वो crammed knowledge आप use नहीं करते, then you have a disappointment. eye-opening moment for everybody जो इस वीडियो को देख रहा है, क्योंकि जो हमें सर ने जो बात की crammed knowledge जो मिलता है, जब वो crammed knowledge आप use नहीं करते, then you have a disappointment.